Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel, Brandy Janae's Bookshelf. Today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I would like to read before the end of not today. What? Today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I would like to read before the end of the year. So most of the books that I have on my end of the year TBR are books that I brought with me when I packed up all of my books, or the majority of my books, and I moved from Texas to Illinois. These I feel like I've put off long enough, and some of them I feel like if I don't get to them this year, they'll probably be sitting on my TBR for years to come if they haven't already. So I think in total I have like 12 books ish on this TBR, and that's mostly because one of them is a series. If you count the series as one book, then it's 10, but one of them is a trilogy. Anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about when I go through all of them. So starting right off, I have Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. Luckily for this one, I am already reading this one. I started this on the 1st of the month, so I should definitely be finished with this before the end of the year. The next one that I have is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. So this is the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone. I'm sure you all know this by now, and Children of Blood and Bone was one of those books that kind of skyrocketed. It got a lot of promotion when it came out. It had I think a 6-figure signing bonus and movie deals and all of this stuff going on. And then this one didn't have, I feel like, that same kind of promotion behind it unless you were following the author personally. However, since this has come out after being pushed back, first of all, it's not even as long as I thought it was going to be, especially compared to the first book. But then after all the reviews came back, once again, the people that I follow, I feel like almost everyone was just like, what was this book? So I have been putting this one off mainly because of that, because I was really looking forward to this one. I was kind of like in the middle. I enjoyed Children of Blood and Bone, but I feel like I didn't necessarily enjoy it as much as a lot of people did. Like, I wasn't an all-time undying fan for this one, but I was definitely looking forward to this book. And now I was just like, oh, everybody seems to hate this. I'm scared to read it. I'm ready to be disappointed at this point. I'm just going in with super low expectations, but I still wanted to get this read. Moving on, another YA fantasy, but I believe this one is the finale-ish to the series, and that is The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. Sorry if the angle is different. It might be kind of different. My battery is about to die, so I had to change that out. I think I'm a little bit more zoomed in than I was before. It's fine. The next book that I have, or the last YA fantasy I believe that's on this list, is Ash Lords by Scott Rankin. This was a 2020 release. It came out, I think, January of this year. One I had pre-ordered, and Scott Rankin, I think, is possibly a favorite author of mine. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this author is possibly a favorite, but I did want to check out more of his work outside of that one series. So yeah, I had this pre-ordered for the year. Really interested in reading this, so I'm hoping that I do have enough time to get through this. I think this is the last YA novel that I have, and that is Slay by Brittany C. Morris. And then the final full-length novel that I have on my TBR, end of the year TBR, is middle grade, I'm pretty sure, and that is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Burnhill. I can't count the amount of times I have put this book on my TBR. All kinds of readathons. Whenever I'm just like, I randomly want to read a middle grade novel, I'm just like, I'm gonna read this book. and for whatever reason I never do. It's on the longer side, but the text is kind of on the bigger side compared to other books. So I don't think it'll be that much to get through, and I think it'll be a fun story. I feel like I've heard some good things about this one when I've heard people talking about it, or obviously I wouldn't have picked it up or would have considered unhauling it, but it's one that I'm constantly like, I do want to read that. So it's going on my end of the list TBR. I'm going to fit this in somewhere because it's about time that I've read this one. And then the rest of the books that I have on this list are mangas, and then the one that I told you is part of a series, which I'm actually going to talk about that one first, and that is the Binti trilogy by Nnedi Okorafor. This one isn't even that long. I think altogether this is about the length of a regular sized novel. These are on the shorter end, so I probably might try to see if I can slide them into November, especially since these are shorter and I'm trying to read 30 books in 30 days, so these would be perfect for that, but we'll see. Anyway, that's Binti, Home, and then The Night Masquerade. Like I said, all by Nnedi Okorafor. And then the final three that I have are all mangas, and all of these I have purchased this year. So I have Anonymous Noise Volume 1 by Ryoko Fukuyama, and I'm pretty sure that this has something to do with music. Here's a better look at that cover if you're curious. And then I have Kaguya Sama Love is War Volume 1 by Aka Akasaka. And then finally I have Children of the Wells Volume 1 by Abi Umida. And this one is a fantasy manga, which I feel like I haven't really heard anyone talking about, at least the people that I've watched. I haven't really seen any opinions on this. Those are the 12 books, if you count every single one, that I have on my end of the year TBR. Hopefully I can fit them all in. I'm not going to make any promises because I'm a mood reader, so my mood changes all the time, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm going to read that. Then I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. So, as of right now, that's my end of the year TBR. Let me know what books that you really want to get to before the year is over. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.